It's a beautiful sunny day today, nice and warm, one of the first warm days of spring. And I thought we could do some sun salutations today. But sun salutations with a twist, or maybe a flip is more accurate. So we're going to do our sun salutations not on the floor, but using the wall. So we're going to flip them 90 degrees. And this can be really great if you have wrist or shoulder issues where the weight bearing or even, problems being on the knees. That can be really great. But it's also just really interesting to change our orientation to gravity. So the poses feel a little bit different and we can experience them in a different way. So I think that's really, really valuable to give our brain different input and just kind of notice what we're doing. Because often we sort of fall into patterns. You may have done a lot of sun salutations and they just come like habit. So changing it up means we have to pay a little more attention, and so we might learn something different, feel something a little bit different. So let's go. I'm going to be facing sideways. I just want to mention at the beginning here, we are going to be drawing our arms up. So I'm just going to face away from you for a moment. It's up to you. You can make it like big, wide circle. You can keep it kind of narrow. You can bring your arms up just as high as feels comfortable for you. I'm going to be on a narrow piece of wall because of my window here, so my arms are going to be quite close together as I bring them up, but you can play around. I'm just going to start by coming to the wall, taking a really, really small wall sit so I can feel into the feet. The center of the heel and the ball of the foot on the big toe and baby toe side. I just want to take a moment to kind of center, find my breath. I'm going to be mostly moving and doing a few variations. Letting your breath stay nice and easy as you move through the flow. Notice if you're holding, notice if you're forcing, just let your breath be what it wants to be. One more breath here. And then let's come on up, feeling both feet, standing nice and tall, and come to your piece of wall. You only really need one piece of wall. I'm in a corner, you don't need to be in a corner. We're going to come right up to the wall, so my toes are touching the wall. But you can see that I'm standing. I'm not leaning on the wall. My hands, I don't really have a lot of room on this wall, so I'm going to keep them fairly high, but you can bring yours all the way down. So we're going to bring my arms up, coming into that upward salute. Again, just as high as feels comfortable to you. And I'm going to slide the hands down about shoulder distance apart as we step the feet back to our downward facing dog. So feel both feet. You want to have your feet a distance away so you're making sort of a square, but you could bring your arms off the wall so you're weighted in the feet. Sometimes people take a very, very long stance and then you're kind of leaning on the wall for balance. So we're going to bring it in so you can feel your feet. You can practice taking the arms away. And you may find that coming down this far is not comfortable. You may find that you want to stay up a little bit higher. And that's okay too. From your downward facing dog, we're going to walk the feet back up to the wall to find our little back bend. So the hands come down about shoulder height. The elbows are in, pointing, just hanging down as you lift your heart up towards the sky. Just looking kind of on the wall a little bit above your normal eye level. So we're not throwing the head way back, keeping the back of the neck long. And then we're coming out of our back bend, stepping back to our downward facing dog once again. Reaching those hips back and away. And then we'll step forward, coming back to that upward salute. If you want to look up a little bit here, you can, you don't have to. And then hands are going to come back down. So let's go through that again just a little more quickly. Nice steady breath as we come to upward salute. Step back, downward facing dog, and alternate what foot you step back with, just for fun, and what foot you step forward with. Stepping forward to find our little back bend. And then coming back, downward facing dog once again. Easy, easy breath. Maybe taking a breath here to feel your feet again, to reach those sit bones back. Arms are nice and long, pressing the hands gently into the wall. Good, and we'll step back up to the wall. Maybe come to that upward salute. Come back down. Next, we're going to add on a few things here. So we're going to inhale, take those arms up. Our upward salute. We're going to step back to find our downward facing dog. My feet are sticking to my mat here. Reach those hips back. And this time, instead of coming right into our back bend, we're going to find our plank at the wall. So you're going to move to the shoulders and the hips. My spine staying mostly where it is. Now my arms are a little bit low. I'm going to move mine up just a little bit so they're more level with my shoulders. Plank. Your heels might be on the ground. They might be lifted. And now from here, you get to choose if you'd like to come into a little baby chaturanga, bending your elbows down towards the ground to come into that slightly forward plank. So I'm not bending my back here. Your heels might come off the ground. And if this is too much, maybe play with this movement in shoulders and hips instead. And then from our chaturanga or shoulders and hips, we're going to walk forward, find that back bend again. Release. Downward facing dog. Pausing here for a moment to really feel yourself in dog here. Long side body, easy breath. Notice if you want to drop your head, just maybe keep it level. And then once again, we'll step forward, upward salute. Arms only as high as feels good to you. You don't have to do a little back bend, you can stay upright. And let's come back down. We're going to add a little bit on to the beginning here. So from our upward salute, we're going to come into a little baby chair. So we're sitting back with the hips, the knees bent too. So we can't go too far, and we don't want the knees to go forward. We don't want them to hit the wall. So we're sitting down. And now from here, bring the weight into one foot. And we're going to take that, let the other foot get light. We're going to step it back to find a lunge. Now you notice my arms are straight. I'm coming up nice and tall here. But I'm really feeling those legs nice and strong. I'm going to step back. Come back into that little baby chair. Step back with the other leg. Nice and strong and long. Now if I stepped back to downward facing dog from here, my stance would be a little bit long. So I'm going to step back up and then come back to downward facing dog. Coming into your plank, so moving your shoulders and hips, replacing the hands if that makes sense. And then if you like, a little chaturanga or playing with shoulders and hip movement, we're stepping forward, finding a little back bend, stepping back, downward dog. Pausing here, feeling the feet, feeling the hips, feeling the hands, and then stepping back to the front. Option to take those arms up. Come on back down. Take a pause. I'm going to take my hands right down, taking a pause here. I'm going to add a little bit more. Inhaling, arms come up if that still feels okay. As we exhale, we're going to sit down into our little chair. Feel free to leave your arms up. You can bring them down. I like to come down a little bit, but you choose. Weight comes into the one leg. We're taking a step back, finding that lunge. This time, though, I'm going to leave my same arm as that back leg on the wall, other hand to my hip, and I'm going to twist my upper body away from the back leg, so towards the front leg here. And the hand can stay on the hip, it can move on to the low back, it can reach out. Easy breath here, feel your legs, yeah? And then we're going to untwist, bring the weight back to the front, coming into that little chair. Yeah, and other leg reaches back, coming into that lunge, nice long lunge, standing nice and tall with the body. Opposite arm, or same arm as the back leg is on the wall. Other hand here, we rotate the rib cage. Hand can stay here, can reach out. If you have another wall handy like I do, you could even rest it on the wall. You could reach it back for the other leg. So lots of things you could do. And twist, stepping forward into our little mini chair here, and then stepping back, downward facing dog. Feeling your dog each time, finding our plank, moving through shoulders and hips. Option, chaturanga, stepping forward. Elbows are just hanging here, so you don't have to squeeze them in, you don't have to pull them down. Let gravity do the work here. So again, different effective gravity on our body as we flip 90 degrees. Reaching those hips back, breathing here. So we'll step back up. Arms come up. And back down. Nice. I'm going to give us we're going to go through one more variation, and then you can mix and match all of these however you like. We're going to inhale up. And come back into our chair, as we did before. Weight on one foot, other one comes back. I'm switching up which leg I led with this time, just for a little bit of variety. Finding that twist in the lunge. Coming on back, stepping back to my chair, stepping back to my lunge on the other side, finding the twist. Easy, easy breath. Coming on back to the wall, stepping back, downward dog. Finding our plank. Chaturanga, or moving through shoulders and hips, or just hanging into that plank. Coming up, back bend. You notice I'm not leaning into the wall here, so stay steady on your feet, moving through the upper back, and again, keeping the back of the neck long. And then we'll step back, downward facing dog. Hands come down a little bit. You might be higher, it's fine, it's all good. And from our dog now, to do something different, we are going to step forward with one foot. We're going to leave the other foot flat on the ground. So we have a shorter stance now. So we're in more of a warrior one. Back heel stays connected, if that works. Standing nice and tall. I'm going to lift the same hand as the back leg right up into the air. And I'm going to take a side bend. So let's stay where you are. I'm just going to turn around to show you that it looks like this. I'm side bending to the direction of the front leg, yeah? Whoops, where was I? Right over here, I think. Side bend. Come on back up. Hand comes down, and step back to our dog this time. And step forward with the other foot. If you can, that back foot stays nice and grounded. Front foot stays nice and grounded, right? 3 points on both feet. Same arm as the back leg. And if it bothers you to have it up this high, bring it down more. It's all good. We're side bending towards the direction of the front leg. So my left leg is back. I'm side bending to the right. Come on back up. And then let's step back. Come back up to the front. Maybe coming up. Maybe adding a little back bend. Nice. Let's run through that one last time with all of the bits thrown in. Upward salute, baby chair. Stepping back with one leg to lunge. High lunge, and then twisting. Feel your feet. Come on back to the center. We step back to the wall, baby chair, and lunge back. Second side, tall body, twisting to the other direction. Come on back. Both feet come back. You can do a little baby chair here or not. Step back, downward facing dog. Hips drawn back. Long neutral spine. So we pause, well, let's pause there in just a moment. We'll come back to our plank. We'll chaturanga. And then step forward, finding a little back bend, long neck, feel your feet. Release, stepping on back, downward dog. Probably should have mentioned this earlier, but as you feel your feet, you might want to think about their sitting bones, reaching back, and just notice if you're rounding through your back, which might mean that it could mean you need to change your stance. It could mean you need to come up a little bit higher. It could just mean you need to feel the connection a little bit more, but notice if you're rounding through the back or if you're sort of dumping through the rib cage, yeah? Because neither of these are really great. We want to see if we can keep that connection between the ribs and the pelvis as we hinge at the hips for our dog. Reaching those sit bones back. Bending your knees can sometimes help to find that connection. And then we're going to step forward with one foot, leaving the other foot on the ground if possible. Same on his back leg. Side bend, away from the back leg. Hand could be somewhere else. Come on back, step back, downward dog, thinking about that movement through shoulders and hips. Spine stays neutral. Other leg comes forward. Arm comes up and we side bend. Come on back. Hands come down. Finding one last downward facing dog here. We're still downward facing, right? And then feet come back up to the ball. One last upward salute, optional back bend. Hands come down. Then you can stay facing the wall. I'm going to step sideways so I can face you. Just take a moment to feel your feet again, to feel your breath. Just notice what you notice. And just notice anything that came to your awareness with this different series of dog at the wall and what you might want to take when you do your whole, your regular sun salutation on the floor. So thank you for joining me, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day.